Hi, I am Good Ash.
And I'm Bad Ash. Hi!
What's up, guys? Danny here from Horror Dads with
Charlotte.
the Horror Daughter, and we are finishing up our original Evil Dead trilogy by talking about Army of Darkness, the 1992 Part 3 to the Evil Dead, starring Bruce Campbell, of course. And what did you think of this movie? Because this is very different than the first two, right?
Oh, very.
So what?
This is a horror cat. So I thought it was very disturbing because I mean, from miniature ashes to an eyeball in his a two-headed ash to two ashes to funny faces and 3 books.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't take it.
Well, did you think this movie was scary, or did you think it was just a
Funny.
little... It was funny,
It's not
right?
even scary.
Now, this...
Except this dude.
Yeah. This is the movie. We're going to give... this movie came out in 1992.
Oh, the scary part was the beginning when he had to fight the demon. That was a pretty scary demon.
Oh, in the pit?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
That was a pretty scary demon.
So, for those of you who haven't seen Army of Darkness, this movie came out in 1992. We are going to give... Yeah, we are going to give you some spoilers to a movie that came out when I was 10 years old. I'm 39 now, okay?
If you didn't watch Army of Darkness, then pause this video right now and go watch it right now. So
That's right. That's right. Or else you'll get the chainsaw and the boomstick.
The boomstick.
This is his boomstick.
Groovy.
It's funny we just did that because what I love the most about this movie is that it's just literally, the script is just one-liners. Every line in this movie, I feel, is quotable to some degree. To the point where when I was growing up, this was one of our favorite movies, my friends and I. I had this poster on my wall in college. Not only do I have the Ash and Evil Ash figures, which I believe are from NECA, but I also have these tiny little ones over here. I mean, I've been a fan of this movie and the ridiculousness of this movie.
And we have Pop Ash right there.
Well, that Pop Ash is from Ash vs. Evil Dead, which we'll get to.
I know, but it's still Ash.
Yeah, I'm a big, as you can tell by my shirt, I'm a big Evil Dead guy. So this movie, though, it's funny because we've seen parts 1 and 2. Part 1 was really scary.
Part 1 was scary.
Part 2, you actually said you thought was somehow scarier than the first one? Which is weird because most people think it's like a little scary, but mostly funny. You thought it was just crazy.
Ash.
This movie is basically a full-blown comedy. It's just, even the horror stuff is so ridiculously silly. Like the skeletons, you mentioned the 3 books. So for those of you who have never saw Evil Dead 2, Evil Dead 2 ends with Ash getting sucked through a portal back into medieval times.
Pretty much it happens at the very, very beginning of part 1. I mean...
Of this movie. Yeah. They show you the ending of part 2. And he now is the chosen one in the Middle Ages. Now, here's the interesting thing of the movie we watched. The only copy of this movie that I have, and I'm an Evil Dead fan, on physical media, is this version of it. Bruce Campbell versus Army of Darkness, the director's cut, official bootleg edition. This DVD has to be over 20 years old. And this gives you the original film. There are scenes in this movie and lines in this version that I don't remember. And the ending to this is the original ending. What did you think of so, spoilers, of course. What did you think of the ending to this movie? You want to tell them what happens at the end? Wait, he gets the
time thing where he can go back in time.
Well, no, he wants to go forward in time because he wants to go back to his time, right?
Yeah. Technically, yeah. So, but he took way too much. He took like 2 extra drops because he already counted 5 and 6, but he was just so like caught up.
Yeah, this is a continuous thing in the movie where Ash is specifically told directions and he doesn't follow them. He was specifically told the 3 words that he needed when he took the book.
Wait, can you tell me so I can do it?
Klaatu Varata Nikto. And he gets, he gets to the books and he finds the right one finally and he goes, Klaatu Varata and he forgets the last word. And that's what kind of brings...
Noodle!
Yeah. Necktie. Nectar. Nickel. Yeah. He totally forgets the word, and that causes the evil dead to come back. That causes the Deadites to rise. And then after he like helps save medieval times from the Deadites, he's given a potion to go forward in time. He takes too many drops, and he ends up all the way in the future, right? And he wakes up, and it's like the world is ending.
That will happen.
Listen, again, I understand why Sam Raimi chose that as his original ending. I think it's a good ending. I do kind of like the theatrical ending, which you've never seen. So the original ending that I remember is Ash goes back in time, and he goes forward in time, and he ends up back in S-Mart, working at S-Mart. Shop smart. Shop S-Mart. You got that? And he's telling the story of Army of Darkness to some patrons, and they don't believe him. And then all of a sudden, there's a Deadite, because, again, he forgot the words, and so the Deadites come back. He has to kill a Deadite in the store, and then he grabs a girl, and he kisses her, and he goes, "Give me some sugar, baby." Another great one-liner from this movie. Speaking of "Give me some sugar, baby," who is the girl in medieval times?
Miss Honey.
Yeah.
Miss Honey.
Embeth Davids, who played... what was her name in this movie now? I don't remember. She plays, like, the damsel from medieval times. You recognized her as Miss Honey from what movie?
Matilda.
Yeah.
I was like, Clarissa.
Yeah, I paused it. I was like, that's Miss Honey from Matilda. And Charlotte was like, no, it's not.
No, it didn't even look like Miss Honey. From how I remembered it, so that's not Miss Honey.
It's Miss Honey.
It's not!
Well, I just saw Embeth Davids in the movie Old, M. Night Shyamalan's Old, and that woman doesn't age. She looks exactly the same. It's crazy. So, what were your... you mentioned the part with the little ashes. Do you want to talk about that part? Because that part was one of my favorites.
Okay, so... I even forgot how it, like, started.
Well, he breaks the mirror,
He breaks the mirror because in Evil Dead 2?
Yeah.
He was going crazy and goes into the mirror, but he wanted to break the mirror so it didn't happen. Put that knife down. Then he breaks it, and then all these mini ashes come out, and I'm like... And then one goes inside him, up his arm.
Yeah, Gulliver's Travels him, where they knock him out, and he's on the ground, and they tie him up, and then one of the little ashes goes down his throat. And one thing Bruce Campbell never gets, I mean, of course he gets the credit for it, but he's such an amazing physical comedian and a physical actor. He basically beats the hell out of himself in this movie. And he forces himself to drink this, like, burning hot, boiling water.
I hope that wasn't actually burning.
No, I don't think so. But he forces himself to drink it to, like, kill the little ash that went down into his body. And then that ash starts to come out of him, right? In the shoulder.
It, like, grows, and then there's an eye.
Yeah.
And then two added Ash, and then they split apart.
See, it's really interesting watching a 10-year-old watch this movie for the first time, because I and most Evil Dead fans, most adult Evil Dead fans, or even teenage Evil Dead fans, when they see this film, it's so obviously a slapstick comedy for most of the movie. But she actually did get a little, I don't want to say scared, but like creeped out a little bit by some of the imagery, especially the eyeball and the shoulder. Disturbed. Okay, that's a good word for it. But, you know, I would never in my wildest dreams think of Army of Darkness as a disturbing movie. But it's interesting watching her perspective on it, especially after watching Evil Dead 1 and 2.
I will take this knife and I'll be writing that around.
Little goody two shoes, little goody two shoes. Good, bad, I'm the one with the gun. I love this movie. It's one-liners all day. My friends and I used to play, don't do this, but my friends and I used to play drinking games to this movie, where we would like take shots every time Ash had a one-liner or something. It was so much fun.
What's a one-liner?
Basically, like groovy. It's like, you know, that lines that are so memorable that you repeat them over and over again.
Oh.
So, like, everything Ash says in this movie. Klaatu, Verata, Nechel, give me some sugar, baby.
Groovy.
This is my boomstick. Yeah, those are... I like at the beginning when he tells Henry the Red, he goes, you ain't leading but two things right now, Jack and shit, and Jack left town. Those are one-liners. See, I remember every line from this movie. So here's the important question. We have now watched the Evil Dead trilogy.
No.
How do you rank them?
No.
Which is your favorite? We're on camera. Say something.
Oh, sorry. Distracted. I'm thinking.
All right. Well, I'll tell you my ranking right away. Army of Darkness, I love it. I love the Evil Dead franchise. I love every film in it. Evil Dead 2 is one of my all-time favorite movies. Evil Dead 2 is number one for me. Then I think I have to go with the original Evil Dead just because the horror fan in me, it is legitimately spooky and creepy and so gnarly with all the gore that Sam Raimi was able to do back in the early 1980s with almost no budget. And then I would put Army of Darkness 3 only because it is more spoof comedy than it is a real horror film. But that is in no way a slight to Army of Darkness. I love it.
We got 1 and 3 mixed up.
So
I am 2, 3, 1.
Okay. So you...
I liked 1, but it's not as funny. It's not as good as Army of Darkness and 2.
Well, part 1 is a legitimate horror movie. There is nothing funny about part 1.
That is nothing funny.
No, in fact, it's like, you mentioned the word disturbing. There are some really disturbing things in Evil Dead 1. Like the trees attacking his sister Cheryl at the beginning. That is terrifying.
Poltergeist.
And so I totally get where, coming from your end, you like the two more funny movies more, which is interesting because next on our Evil Dead list,
Ain't that you? Oh, wait.
the next movie that we're gonna watch
What is this?
is the 2013 Fede Alvarez
Horrible.
reimagining. I'm not gonna call it a remake, a reimagining of the Evil Dead.
Oh, is it a remake or like a sequel?
It's not a remake. I think he kind of considers this to be, I'm going to use the word reimagining because it's kind of a remake, but it also can be a sequel. It's just like a new group of people going to that cabin and finding the book. But I am really looking forward to seeing your reaction.
What's Evil Dead without the main characters?
So,
is Ash going to be in this?
So, spoiler alert, and I'm going to tell you now, just so that you don't get excited. No. So, here's the thing.
What?
A lot of Evil Dead fans wrote this movie off when we found out there was no Ash character. But...
Someone at least named Ash?
No.
No!
This movie, I believe the phrase the kids say today is, this movie slaps. This is one of the goriest, most disgusting, scary movies, but it has also one of the greatest endings I've ever seen.
Are you sure, Daddy? I've seen Saw 3.
So it's not I don't know. It's not as disgusting as Saw 3.
Okay.
Nothing is as disgusting.
No.
Very few movies are as disgusting as Saw 3. But I can't wait to watch you react to that Evil Dead movie.
You say all remakes are pretty much like bleh, like most. I didn't say all. Most.
This is one of the great exceptions. There are a few really excellent remakes. The Hills Have Eyes is a great remake. Evil Dead, I'm totally blanking.
Did you like
right.
the Chucky?
Oh, that's a great call on a great shout out. Yes, I actually enjoyed the new Child's Play movie. I know that might be an unpopular opinion. I thought it was super gory. I thought Mark Hamill did a really good job. He's no Brad Dourif, but he did fine. And I thought Child's Play was a lot of fun. And we'll get to that. We'll watch that movie. But yeah, horror remakes are usually bad, but some of them are good. Hey, look, this isn't the time or the place, but I could speak for hours on Rob Zombie's Halloween, positives and negatives. And the Friday the 13th remake as well. I thought it had its moments. Not the Nightmare on Elm Street one, though. No, that one was...
That just looks terrible. I saw the cover.
It's so bad. But anyway, that was Army of Darkness. And I want you to know, again, looking at this ridiculously old 20-year-old DVD with... look at this thing. I mean, this is how long I've been collecting physical media. I jumped online and I ordered the Blu-ray, the Screwhead edition Blu-ray of Army of Darkness, and I might give that a rewatch, and I might make you come in to watch the theatrical ending that I remember of him in the store, because that's I
really want to see that.
Yeah, I enjoy it more. I'm not saying it's a better ending. I get what Sam Raimi was going for here. After we watch Fede Alvarez's 2013 Evil Dead, which I can't wait for because it's so good, we are going to watch Ash vs. Evil Dead.
Ash vs. Evil Dead.
The stars...
Is that where we meet Kelly?
That is where we meet Kelly. Kelly is one of the great characters, one of the best female characters ever on television. Kelly Maxwell. Pablo is great. Everyone on that, all the Ghost Beaters, you'll get it. But that show, one of my favorites, 3 seasons of it. I have all of them on Blu-ray.
3 seasons?
Yeah. It's only like 10 episodes a season. It's like Stranger Things. Such a great show. Can't wait to get into it with her. And we're going to be reviewing that. We're going to have a review of Fede Alvarez's Evil Dead and Ash vs. Evil Dead. I think Pete's going to join us for those reviews because I think he's watching the show now too. And speaking of Pete, him and Pepper are going to join Charlotte and I as we review Stranger Things. We're going to be doing seasons 1 and then 2 and then 3 in separate weeks. Well, we're going to prep because season 4, I believe, is coming out soon. So we're going to be doing once a week for the next few weeks. We're going to be reviewing Stranger Things seasons 1, 2, and 3.
Favorite actor ever, Finn Wolfhard.
Yeah.
And Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah. You are turning 11 in December, but for Halloween, you want to be 11. So I'm going to let Charlotte be 11, which means I get to shave her head.
No, I'm going to be either season 1's blonde 11 or season 3.
Oh, I wanted her to be season 1 shaved head 11. If you shave your head, I'll shave my head.
We're being Hopper.
I'll be Hopper. I could
We
be.
have a cowboy hat in my bedroom.
I do. Yeah, I do have an old cowboy hat, and that means I get to go and eat and drink and put on like 20 pounds. So,
Woohoo.
gotta go work on my Halloween costume. This has been Danny from Horror Dads,
And Charlotte.
and we'll see you very soon.
Bye.